Very nice to be here. Thank you so much for coming along. How many of you have been before, by the way? How many of you have seen mediums work? There's quite a few of you. How many of you have seen me work before? Oh, bless you. And you've come back for more, which is fantastic. And there will no doubt be a number of you that have never been before and are thinking, what's going on? But you're here anyway. So I know there's a bit more pressure on you this evening because of the screen, the extra cameras, etc. But please don't let them put you off, or don't try to sound posher than you normally do and that kind of thing. Because your family won't recognise you at a later date. I honestly know that. So more than that, I'll get on with it then. And I really say, as I say, hope you like it and you get it. And let's see what's to be done and who's to be here. And as I shift my awareness there to feel the Spirit people and allow them there to come close to me, I have Father here wishing to communicate with me. I know he looks for his daughter in the audience. His daughter was with him as he passes to the spirit side of life. But I know that his daughter's husband carries him like a baby from one space to the other because he became so small or so light before he goes there to the spirit world. Would anybody understand that information? Did you get it all, darling, or not?
Everything is making sense. My husband carried my father. My father was a very tiny man when he died.
Right, wait 1 second. Let me see if I can do it with you. You know he's 70 when he passes?
He was just 71 when he passed.
That's fine. And you know that he's tiny when he passes over. Do you see he has blue eyes, darling? Or so?
Striking blue eyes.
And you're his daughter, and his son-in-law helps to move him, etc. Carried him when he... Oh, good, I'm glad you're here. When he passes. And I get this same feeling and sense here when I talk there about the Father, that his breathing was very, very, very bad. You see this?
Yes.
Before I pass. And I feel like I need like a breathing apparatus at times, or oxygen. You see that for him. Before he goes to the spirit. You should be aware that your father had suffered with a sense of insomnia or had real trouble sleeping, especially in the last year or so of his life. Do you see this?
In the last few months, yes, definitely.
And I feel almost like I want to sleep sitting up with this man as well. Do you see that?
It's the only way he could breathe.
That's it. And I know this is why I can't sleep, because that I'm sitting up and it's not very comfortable. I know we all like to eat dinners and stuff, but I know he loves a roast dinner like I've given him £1 million. You see this? So it must be his favourite, you see this, to give me my roast dinner. And I wonder also roast beef might be his favourite dinner, or roast beef is very much on the menu. And I know as he eats this here, he wants you to know that he's eating properly and that he's put on weight again, and that's a wonderful thing. I know that you love your dad, and I know he's a smashing man, but I feel that he might be a bit awkward sometimes. Do you see that?
We could clash.
Good. Because I definitely have this sense there, and it's not just from what you tell me there, that I want to say sorry if I was a bit of a nuisance. You know that? Or I'm sorry if I was a bit hard work at times. But I don't think he really is sorry. I think he says it to be polite. But he doesn't feel terribly sorry at all. And as he stands with me and about me, do you remember if he was one of 3 brothers then, your father, or if he has 2 brothers in the spirit world, 2 other boys that belong to him as brothers?
He was one of 4, but 3 are past.
So there's 3 upstairs in the spirit world.
Yeah.
That's fine. Because I know as he stands with me, I feel I've got his 2 brothers that come and stand either side of him here. So I've got 3 boys, you see that in the other world, that want to say hello to you. And you see for me how he passes over in the early hours of the morning.
Yes.
Where he passes.
Yes.
And I know he's acknowledging passing very early. You see this in the morning.
Yes.
So I don't know if I'm like 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, this kind of feeling. Is that okay for you?
It was early morning, yeah.
And it's ever so strange because there was a picture or a statue of an angel by his bed. Do you see this?
He told me there was an angel by his bed.
Oh, that's fine. Because he keeps making me say that, an angel by my bed. So if in fact he told you that, I love it. But I know that he acknowledges this for you. There was an angel by my bed. And I feel just to acknowledge this will help you to know this must be your dad and nobody else's. Do you see that?
Yes.
Has to be your dad and nobody else's dad here. Come on, Mr. Man. He's got his vest on. You'll be glad to hear that. But I know he loves a vest. Do you see that? I've always got one on. Don't matter if it's boiling outside. I've still got my vest on because you never know, do you? It might turn a bit cold. And it's a nice white vest that he wears there to boot. Bear with me again. He's got 2 daughters, or there's 2 girls.
I'm his only child, but
And then do you have one daughter?
Yes.
That's fine. But I definitely know I've got 2 girls because he makes me feel that there. And I know that I love my son-in-law. I love my 2 girls. Do you see that?
Yes.
And I feel that his granddaughter then was as close as the daughter could have been to him. Do you see this?
Yes.
And just before I have to move on there, I keep wanting to say something like, don't for a second feel sorry for me. This is what he's saying. He says, don't feel sorry for me. I had a good life. It was only at the end that it all went a bit wrong. You see that? Other than that, I was all right. Do you see how he would grow tomatoes? Growing tomatoes, you see that?
Yes.
And I know he's a bit weird with them, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to eat them, and you have to say, oh, Dad, these are the best tomatoes in the world.
Yeah.
And if you don't confess the wonder of them, you get a dirty look. But I know that his tomatoes are simply the best. And because I know he's eating one as I'm talking, and I know he wants to sort of lodge you one for later, throw you one for later. You felt your father since his past. You were asleep, you woke up from your sleep, and you knew that he was laying by the side of you there, or by the side of your bed. You see
I felt my father many times, yes.
And I know here that it's definitely him. You've not lost the plot. It's definitely, which is nice to know, isn't it, really? It is definitely him that comes and makes his presence felt with you time and again. This smell, it's a common smell, but it's a smell of Old Spice that it just pours all over me, you see, and I don't like it. But anyway, he loves Old Spice, you see this?
Yes, it's the only thing he wore.
That's it. But I feel it's a daily thing. I don't put it on once in a while. I'm always smelling me Old Spice. It's actually a very nice smell. But I know he loves that smell. And I really fancy Old Spice soap on a rope. I'll have the perfume and the talc, anything I do.
Yep.
But I know this is me with. That's what you would remember me with. And that's what you know me by. I know he rolls his own cigarettes, your father there as well.
Yes.
Because he's rolling a cigarette. He's got one in his little lip there, and I feel that I might tuck one for later. You see this behind my ear, and one on there, one in here. Like I've got them all done.
Yeah.
And I'm certain that I've got this correctly. Although this may not be a very, very good thing to do, but I know that he would get his granddaughter to roll his roll-ups for him, or to lick the paper at the very least. You see that for me? To lick that minging bit of paper. You see that? And I know that he smokes them ones better, because they're my favourite ones. But with all of this information, please remember everything I've given you, won't you? But no, your lovely dad has come back here to be with all of you as a family there. Once and for all, I'm alive, I'm here, and I love you. And God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.